It's called MacG podcast. It's a political party, that thing. You think it's special. You think wearing flip-flops is something
You understand
special.
what I'm saying? So now these platforms are a threat to that institution as a whole. Because here we are having frank conversations, we're exposing what's happening behind the scenes, we're coming up with solutions, and that defeats the purpose of what they're trying to do. Like, people are so woke, bro. People have so much information that in 2026, as a political party, you can't come and push the whole, hey, we will give you water if you and all that stuff. So you're spending 100 million. And here's this guy, he's talking to 80,000 people at the stadium, pushing propaganda, pushing a message that they want to push, right? And then here's a simple fucking podcast with 3 mics, 2 hosts, gets the same, even not more views per week. No, that's why the attack is on us. Why do you think they started their own podcast? To push propaganda. Because they can see this is where the youth is. But who has the biggest chunk of the youth? It's us, so we're a threat. Understand? And what they don't realize is that people are fucking fed up with these politics bullshit. And that's a man who's lost.
It's called MacG podcast. It's a political party, that thing. It's a political party. Its role is to depoliticize the youth.
Do you believe it or not?
That's why he drinks alcohol during presentation. Making alcohol fashionable and telling those who are calling themselves chillers that when you are chilling, you must drink. And then speak loosely about everything black and African. So cheaply. And then when we attend to him, he says, they want to cancel me. He thinks he's special. He thinks wearing flip-flops is something special. He wears flip-flops and insult and attack every black person, attack Mini Dlamini, attack all of these things. And then what is that? Why would you even be shaken by something like? Why would you follow? If you are a thinker, why would you follow something like that?
That's flip-flop juju. That's what he does. You understand what I'm saying? But this thing is bigger than him. So when I got back home and I was like, okay, cool. I was checking out what happened. Boom, boom, when I was just updating and finding out what's going on.
Program
temperature.
updating.
Yeah, I understand. So what I realized, right? The reality is, if you guys remember, right, this whole thing, it's a transition of influence. What's happening? So it's bigger than him, right? What's happening is, remember a few years ago when we started the pod, right? The influence shifted from legacy media, which is like radio, TV, and whatever, to digital. Mm-hmm. So the digital guys, whether it's podcasting or you are blogging, vlogging, Bomusa Kaule, Popcorn Room, is it Popcorn Room?
Yeah.
All these people, right? Yeah. They started having influence. That was the shift of influence regarding media, right?
Yes, okay, I get it.
So now what we're seeing is the transition from legacy institutions into independent media. And if you check what that guy was saying, he didn't attack just us, right? He attacked
Penuel.
Oh yeah, I saw the Penuel.
And
Penuel did like 4 videos.
Yeah,
a video. At least.
Yeah, I understand.
I saw one, yeah.
Which are guys that are in our space, Bo, Season, Pofu, Walsh, and whatever. Yeah. So what's happening is, this is the way I see it, and correct me if I'm wrong, Pindu.
Okay.
So for example, remember for like the longest time, 600 years, 1,000 years, whatever, the people that run the country own the medium. They own the media.
Yeah.
So the Afrikaners did it. That's how they pushed their propaganda and whatever the case may be. So when these guys came into power, they took the same model of owning the media.
Yeah, you got to control the narrative.
You got to control the narrative. That's why, for example, you look at an SABC, right? There's no private radio station, national, in the country. There's not a single one. All of them are owned by the SABC, which is run by ANC. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's how they push the propaganda. You understand what I'm saying? It's the longest cheat book thing in the history of humankind. I mean, even in TV, the Guptas owned ANN7.
Yes.
That's how you program people, right? So then now in steps Podcast and Chill in 2018, and here's this new thing that encourages conversations.
Okay.
You know, because we just push for conversations, and the thing is with white people, young people, we're very rebellious in our nature.
Yeah.
We want to ask questions. We want to know why are things happening.
Yeah.
What. So now we found this platform, it's podcasting, and Podcast and Chill, we just happen to be one of the founding fathers of the platform, right? And then down the years comes your Panyos, your Season Puffy Walsh and whatever.
Mighty Jamie.
Yes.
Shout out to the guys. They've been doing great work.
Mighty Jamie, understand?
Especially with the MacG.
So now this then becomes a threat to these institutions, right? Because these institutions, they benefit by not giving information to the people. That's how they get richer. That's how they get more influential and have more power, because they don't give out the information to the people. Because if the people have the information, then the people don't need them.
The real information.
Real information. You understand what I'm saying? So if you give the people information, then there's no need for a political party.
Or curated information.
You understand what I'm saying? So now these platforms are a threat to that institution as a whole. Because here we are having frank conversations, we're exposing what's happening behind the scenes, we're coming up with solutions, and that defeats the purpose of what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
You understand? So now we're at loggerheads with those guys. You understand what I'm saying? And what happens is then now, when it starts, it's small, but if it's just Podcast and Chill, it's just one podcast, right? But now other podcasts come, and then it becomes it becomes an industry now. It's not just one thing. You understand? And that thing is a threat to those guys and what they believe in and what the opus mortuanda is for them, for their things to thrive.
Modus.
You get what I'm saying? So in a nutshell, it's like right now, like, people are so woke, bro. People have so much information that in 2026, as a political party, you can't come and push the whole, hey, we will give you water if you vote for us. Or an RDP house, for example.
Or even a t-shirt.
Because if you're a 22-year-old...
Or bread. One loaf, one family.
You understand what I'm saying?
2026.
Because if you're a 22-year-old, right, what the fuck are you going to do with the RDP house? What the fuck are you going to do with a loaf of bread, right? What young people really want...
Easy loafers. Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, it's not the time right now.
I'm glad you said it.
It's not the time for the pods right now. Because the message will get lost in the pods.
I get you said it.
It's not the time, my nigga.
I'm glad
The message
you said
will get
it.
lost in the pants.
I'm glad you said
So
it.
yeah, no. The youth doesn't want loafers either.
You understand?
Yeah.
What we want is fucking Wi-Fi, bro. Imagine if you're a political party.
Access to information.
And you say, listen, if I am elected, I will provide free Wi-Fi in all the classes. What that does is that it empowers people.
Siyavuma song.
Siyavuma song. Now you can start a podcast.
Siyavuma. Uyivuma une-Wi-Fi toy.
You understand? You can start a podcast. You can start a podcast. You can go on TikTok.
Yes.
You can sell
You can
merch.
educate yourself.
You can empower
yourself. You can educate yourself in AI and have AI automated businesses running.
You understand? But they don't want that, because once you do that, then you don't need them. You get what I'm saying? And then there's another layer, which is the funders, right? So the guys that fund these guys, these political parties, they want influence. That's what I'm saying.
Because he did speak about that as well, that folks go here funding the podcasts.
So
like you bury your heads off and stuff.
So imagine you are an Oppenheimer. Because these guys, they get funding from these guys, Oppenheimer, Rupert's and whatever.
Yes.
And it's a lot of money, dog.
What guys? Who's these guys?
All these political parties, bro.
Political parties.
Yeah, we've seen the funding.
Yes.
Okay, some are not giving information because there's a threshold
Yes.
where you don't have to divulge who's funding you if it's under or over a certain threshold, and so you'll find the same guys then multiple times donating to keep it under the threshold, and then the guys don't need to say who it is.
And please always go back to what I said. It's the transition of influence.
Okay.
That is what is happening here.
Transition of influence.
Transition of influence.
Transition of
Transition
influence.
of influence.
Okay.
Because you are an Oppenheimer, you're a Rupert. You give these guys 100 million rands. They they print posters, fill up stadiums. With the stadiums, you know, they import people. They book out buses
Oh, yes.
for people
Yes, yes.
Oh,
to come to the stadium, and they promise them food
Yeah.
and T-shirts
Yes.
and all that stuff. So you're spending 100 million, and here's this guy. He's talking to 80,000 people at the stadium, pushing propaganda, pushing a message that they want to push, right? And then here's a simple fucking podcast with 3 mics, 2 hosts, gets the same, even not more views
Yeah.
per week.
Mm.
So if you're an Oppenheimer, why am I spending 100 million on a party when there's a podcast that can do the same thing and have the same influence, and I can just fund this podcast
Without a rally, without
a
having to
rally,
send- yeah.
without posters? So I just back this podcast to push my propaganda.
Yes.
So now the problem comes.
so are we back to pushing propaganda?
no,
because
that's-
I want to get there. Because a lot of people are gonna say, "Then are you guys
No,
back
that's-
to depoliticize the youth?"
No, that's why the attack is on us and the attack is on this medium, right? I can only speak for us, right? I cannot
Yeah.
speak for Penuel and all those others guys.
We don't know who funds
Yes,
everybody
we
else.
are not funded. We are not funded.
Funded,
And
yeah.
that's what makes them mad, because they can't control us.
Oh, we're not funded.
We are not funded. We're independent, dog. We have freedom to say and do whatever the fuck we want. If we wanted to have FF Plus, we can have them here next week. AfriCorp.
Oh yeah, we open.
Forum.
Every-
Oh,
whatever.
Africorey,
They don't
man, as
want
well.
that.
We distribute everything.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the fact that they can't control us, because remember, dog, for 100 years plus, they've been able to control media, but they
Ooh,
can't control
media,
this.
media definitely has been. Remember, I saw what's been happening with News 24, and then they published a clarification statement because they were pushing a particular narrative on Andrea Johnson, and then now when things end up bad for her resigning from IDAC, and then they were like, no, we didn't know what. But they were pushing a certain narrative. So I get how you can say a lot of the big guys can be influenced to a large extent to manufacture consent.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So the fact that they can't control us is where the problem lies. Because if they could control us, then trust me, Flip Flop Juju would be the first to say, guys, go watch that podcast. That podcast is a shit. Because we are pushing their message. You understand? And what people don't realize, what these guys don't realize, is that people are fucking tired, dog, of these politicians, these political parties. It's the same bullshit. That's why you're seeing movements like March on March arise. You understand? And our existence is for their demise. Am I making sense?
Yeah.
You are. Let me just get in there. To his defense, he did give props to Ngozi.
He's pushing his own propaganda.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
that-
Oh.
Josie.
He's pushing
For
his own propaganda.
real?
Yes.
Hey, kumele ngibukele uNkosi, mos. Hayi, kumele ngibukele uNkosi.
I mean, that's why they started.
Mbheke what he's
Bro,
about.
why do you think they
Yes.
started their own podcast? To push propaganda. Because they can see this is where the youth is. But who has the biggest chunk of the youth? It's us. So we're a threat. You understand? Do you get what I'm saying?
I get it.
And what they don't realize is
Get
that
it.
we are not a threat. We are a production of what they caused, bro. We're disgruntled. And as young people, we're rebellious, dog. We don't conform. We ask questions. We don't believe in cults and shit. We ask, why is this happening? Why is this whatever? Whatever. That's why the podcast space has garnered so many conversations, fruitful conversations. You understand? That it affect change and solutions. But they don't want that, because how are they going to eat if we have all the solutions? You understand? That's why he said
Politicizing.
depoliticizing. Because they need us to believe in politics to eat. If we don't eat in if we don't believe in politics, how are they going to eat? You understand? And what they don't realize is that people are fucking fed up with these politics bullshit, dog. And the future, now, I'm telling you right now, the future of not just this country, the world, is going to be movements. People are not going to vote for parties. They're going to vote for movements. So like, if you believe drugs shouldn't be in the township and there's a movement that is pushing that, you're going to ride behind that. You understand? If you believe if there's a movement that's against GBV, you're going to ride for that. If there's a movement against March on March,
It's a
immigration,
movement.
you're going to ride on that. Bro,
Problem is, a movement become the political parties.
no, that's not the future, bro. That's not the future.
Will they remain, even because the one thing a movement does this, it garners support, and then everybody calls for it to be part of the elections, and then eventually it becomes part of the elections. Now, once you're part of the elections, you're competing for national government. When you're competing for national government, there's certain families and businesses that have got big stakes in big contracts with the government. Therefore, then your narrative starts being funded and controlled in a way, because the guys are going to say, hey, man, let's have a meeting with you. But if you do this for us, your family's rich forever. Just a hypothetical.
It's a hypothetical, but that's...
Because once you garner the influence, then people want to see you in office because of the great you've managed to do as a movement.
So you're missing what I'm saying, bro.
Am I?
I'm saying as politics, as we know it today, it's dead. It's archaic.
Unless we change the system and there's no
The
voting.
system is changing. That's what he's fighting against. That's a man who's lost.
Yeah.
That's a man who's doesn't know what's happening. And he's trying old tricks. But that are not working and people can see beyond them. Because we are tired of politicians, my nigga.
I agree with that.
I get it. But what I'm saying is the system that governs how we choose our leaders is still democracy where people vote.
Dog, it's like this.
And there's some decisions that as a youth we could change.
Dog.
Or not decisions, but tendencies.
Dog, okay.
But
okay.
legislature, laws
Dog,
are passed by
here-
politicians. Sadly.
Here's what I'm saying.
Maybe we
Penduka.
must change that as well.
No, my dog. Here's what I'm saying. Please hear me out.
Yeah.
I'm saying for 100 years, this has been the system. What you just described.
Yes.
Right. There's a transition happening. People are moving away from this. They're now moving to this. So this will still exist. Just like now, radio still exists, but it's not as influential.
Exactly.
Okay. The system will remain intact.
Yes.
But the real influence and change
will be here.
Ah.
So that's why the guys are confused. That's why
I get it.
they're resorting to personal attacks.
Yeah.
Like he drinks. He wears flip-flops. My nigga, what the fuck is wrong with me wearing flip-flops? You understand?
Well, you're not wearing them anymore.
It's cold.
It's cold. It's cold. It's cold. You understand?
Yeah.
Because he's confused. He doesn't understand what is happening. Because this place is disruptive. And they are losing power. Like, he didn't attack just us, dog. He attacked the whole space. He attacked the whole space. Because the whole space is disruptive to this, and that's how they eat.
Yes.
It's like when a drug dealer is moving in your block.